Ready to ride.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's hear it.
No. Any other trick but this. Shiradak has such little knowledge of Daedra. Woe and madness. Poor Sharadak's mind unwinds faster than a bobbin of yarn thrown into the wind. Which is the real Millie? Alas, this cat may never know. This vexing criminal has summoned Daedra from far plains of oblivion and disguised herself as one of them. Sheradak already knows little of those that hail from plains beyond our own, but she has done something even more devious to cover her tracks. She's compelled each of these fiends to accuse another of being the real Millie Renaud. So questioning them just leads Sheradak in circles. No. She's compelled, if there is such a hint. Poor Sheradak does not know it. This one is lost.
Clearly the Dremora is the real Millie Renaud.
The Dark Seducer is the real Millie Renaud. Mortal best.
The Dark Seducer is the real Millie Renaud, mortal.
The Haverkrell is the real Millie Renaud, mortal. Not surprised that you could...
Focus on my voice, Elador! Elador. Rest now. You have selected a dire time to visit our lodge, stranger. Daedra invaded our halls and attacked my apprentices. Poor Elador here succumbed to his wounds, but I believe the rest are still trapped inside. One of our lectors, Fenworin, betrayed the College of Sea and Sword. She removed a Daedric relic we guarded, the Staff of the Darkbinders, and allowed the Worm Cult and their Daedra to enter the lodge. My apprentices. They are not precisely, but they know to head to the portal gates in emergencies. However, they need a keystone to activate them and return to Sunport. Take my key. There are portal gates in the northeast study hall with the meditation tree, in the northwest training hall, and in a storage cave in the southwest corner of the lodge. Also, if you can retrieve the relic from Lector Fenworin, all the better. The Staff of the Darkbinders appears connected to the Daedra, aiding the Worm Cult. With it, Lector Fenworin and the cultists were able to summon Cold Harbor's chains and open portals for their Daedra allies. The College of Sea and Sword has maintained good relations with our Stone Nest neighbors since the founding of the Collegium Praxis here on Solstice. We participated in their exchange of gifts, and we received the Staff of the Dark. As I understand it, the Stone Nest Argonians had numerous encounters with the Daedra when they first arrived on the island. After capturing and guarding the relic for generations, they gave it to us to protect. We must retrieve it. We are one of the colleges of the Collegium Praxis, a union of professional guilds and learning centers sponsored by the Regency of Sunport. The College of Sea and Sword produces merchants, sailors, explorers, and marines. We train our apprentices to become sailors, soldiers, or traders. But the current crop is relatively new. They stood no chance against the Worm Cult or their Daedric ally. Lector Fenworin is a brilliant duelist, and our primary instructor for the military arts. She was tough, but many of the apprentices appreciated her methods. Until she betrayed us. She used her position to steal the Staff of the Darkbinders and let Worm cultists into the lodge. By the time we were aware of the betrayal, our apprentices may be new, but they've completed their basic training. If they couldn't get past the invaders and meet out here, they know to rendezvous at the portal gates and wait for extraction.
Daedra came out of nowhere and knocked Lector Jiujiao right on his tail. But he'll be fine. Even us College of Sea and Sword apprentices have to learn basic healing techniques as part of our training. I'll take care of the Lector.
Knew since my old pirate days that this island was cursed. The College of Sea and Sword kept twisting my tail with offers of gold to teach their apprentices about the seas. Finally gave in and became a lector, only to be attacked by Daedra.
If you're Wormcolt, I won't hesitate to lop off your head. If you're Wormcolt in disguise, I will cut you. Mark my words. If you aren't Wormcolt, prove it. Fast. That's exactly something a clever Wormcolt would say to make us drop our guard.
Don't mind Caldin. Lector Fen Worin's betrayal stung him like an angry netch. And after I was wounded and another apprentice fell, he's been extremely cautious. But if you aren't with the Wormcolt, who are you? Caldin studied under her. He was one of the apprentices she took under her wing and trained to be a Marine. But we saw her working with the cultists. She even struck down most of her apprentices. Caldin's lucky to have survived.
Maybe Master Tanator sent you. Maybe not. No matter. We'll sort this out in Sunport.
Let's go.
Heal me!
Should have been more prepared.
Why do we hate the black worms? They all smell like mortals to me. Let's end them!
should have run.
Consuin, someone approaches. I see. Quiet now. Friend, can you help us? Latonwin took a firebolt meant for me. If I can't get her out of here, I'll never forgive myself. But who are you, stranger? You don't look like a cultist, and you're certainly not part of the college. What are you doing here? Master Tanator is alive. That's good to hear. Please, activate the portal gate so I can get Latonwin to a healer in Sunport.
Damn Daedra and cultists came out of nowhere. After I was wounded, Consuin's skill with a bow is the only reason we're still alive. And I can't believe we saw Lecta Fenworin helping those bastards. That tracks. We saw her carrying a staff and heading toward the gathering hall at the center of the lodge. When the cultists with her hurled a bolt of fire, I didn't think. I just leapt in front of Consuin. She would do the same for me.
We won't forget this, stranger. Steady, Latonwin. I've got you.
Make sure the lodge is
Let's see what you're made of.
Raise them all as undead!
Meridia's mercy. A keystone. Open the gate so we can get to safety.
Is the Lector correct? You have a keystone. Lector Romadil is not at his best, as you can plainly see. It was all I could do to get him to this portal gate. If you can... Some Lectors are more sea than sword, understand? Romadil's focus is commerce. He's no good under pressure. Luckily, I was meditating at the Alaxon tree when the Daedra appeared. I got him here and defended the gate, but I'm nearly spent.
I dropped my keystone in the skirmish, but I sense one about your person. Did Master Tanator send you? Can you activate the portal gate so we can reach... Ah, Master Tanator, the living embodiment of Alaxon. Perfection! So much better than this frail form. A few Daedra wander our halls, and my bones seem to have turned to jelly. Please. Please, find the other apprentices.
Raise them all as undead!
Need something?
dares interrupt in our moment of triumph? You possess Master Tanator.
Can't hold on much longer. Move it!
You have everlasted me. Congratulations.
Over here, friend. Tell me, were you able to find any of our apprentices? Did you open the portals for them to return to Sunport? Only 5. And just one of our lectors. The attack was more costly than I realized. We will reclaim up. The College of Sea and Sword will not be deterred. Sunport, indeed all of Solstice, depends on the sea's bounty to survive. Once we drive off the Worm Cult and their Daedra allies, we will once again, that's hard to say. We must get word to the Collegium Praxis in Sunport, and to our college's leaders. Then a contingent of Marines will need to be assembled, though I'm sure there are other priorities. The Worm Cult has attacked multiple. It was a mistake to keep such a dangerous item in a place of learning. I will make sure it gets locked in a vault in Sunport. Perhaps turn it over to the Regency, of course. For as long as the college will have me. Mistakes were made. Signs were ignored. I have much to make up for. But I plan to do just that. My apprentices deserve at least so much. Both those that survived and those we lost. Lector
Glad I paid attention during my healing lessons. Lector Jirja should be fine. And thanks for helping the apprentices who survived the attack. I'm not sure what would have happened if you hadn't come.
Sea and Sword. Had the Worm Cult attacked a lodge that had been filled with more than apprentices, the outcome would have been much different. I am proud of you both.
Even though I've been in a scrape or two in my time, my primary role in the college is to teach the apprentices how to sail. If I were a few years younger, though, I would have shown those cultists why they called me the Terror of the Abyssion. Are you mocking me? Let's see how well you still swing a sword when you get to be my age. If you even make it that far. But we'll rally the Marines and take back the lodge. We owe those cultists for the deaths they caused today.
Three queens saved me. Namreris will never forgive me for this. Traveler, you are not with the Worm Cult, are you? I beg a moment of your time. I need someone to deliver a message to Healer Namreris at the Central Siege Camp. I need you to tell her that her husband, Tessamoril, is dead. Well, I was fighting worm cultists when I drank what I thought was a health potion, and... oh, this is embarrassing. Look, it doesn't matter. All she needs to know is that I didn't make it. All the better if you can make my demise sound heroic. What does it hurt to spin some yarn about me dying like a hero? I just wanted to remember me with fondness, that's all. I'm sure she'll pay you for your delivering the news. Remember, seek out Healer Namreris. You can find her at the Central Siege Camp. She's with the Stirk Fellowship. We both are. Or were. Don't worry about her being weepy. She is very strong, my wife, and we've already said our farewells. We're in a war, aren't we? And we're up in our years. As a healer, she's seen too many people go with too much left unsaid. She didn't want that for us. She's always been practical that way, and very organized. But opposites attract, as they say. I really was being heroic, at first. I fought off some worm cultists trying to set up one of those soul reapers. But I drained my magicka and needed a potion. I ended up drinking one of my specialty frostbite poisons by accident. You mean, aside from it being a mortifying way for a mage of my wisdom and years to shuffle off this mortal coil? Well, is it so wrong to want your very practical wife to remember you with love and fondness and perhaps a hint of admiration? Yes, it is. And I'm ever so thankful that I found such a kind and thoughtful soul to deliver this heartbreaking news to my dear Namreris. May the three queens bless you for all of your days.
Never going to get used to that. Ready.
Hello? Captain! Where is everyone? Ha! Water! Real water! Mirni, is it really you? Last Suraj remembers. A hole opened up in the plasm and pulled us through. Where is the captain, Our ship, the Bonnie Spriggan. Did we make it out? Did he follow? Peleg Sane, Molag Bol's hard-hitting pirate king. If he followed us out of Cold Harbor, if he takes these seas, we're doomed. No ship or port will be safe. Captain One Eye, she'll know what to do. Help us, and I'll make sure she cuts you in for a share of our plunder. The ships came down by those cliffs to the north. I think if the captain made it, that is where she'll rally the crew. Go on ahead, Longstrider. This wet cat needs to shake the water out of his ears before he's fit to scamper again. But you tell the captain Suraj is coming. I won't abandon my crew just because we're finally back in Nirn. The Destroyer, they call him. Captain of the Caterwall. As cruel as they come in Cold Harbor. He failed his master in battle during the plane melt. So, Molag Bol sent him to recover the Crown of Bones from Captain One Eye as punishment. You met her before. Good. Suraj wasn't sure how to bring up her, condition. Wait, she mentioned you. Yes, you faced Molag Bol with her old crew, didn't you? What luck! Ha! Perhaps Suraj will survive this after all. Losing a dark anchor is what Suraj heard. Sane still carries a lust for vengeance in his black heart for the one that bested him. A certain, wait. What did you say your name was again? What? Wait, really? Peleg Sane went at his master's behest to secure one of his dark anchors of Nirn, and you're telling me you're the one who defeated him? Wasn't that you? I could swear he used to curse someone just like you. Suraj is impressed. But this was on dry land, yes? Maybe he's different sort of beast once he takes to the sea. All the more reason to stop him before he does, Longstrider. It should be easy if you've done it before, eh? Suraj was part of Sane's crew first, before he fell in with Captain One Eye. When the worms absconded me to Cold Harbor, the Pirate King mistook me for a common house cat. Kept me as his pet. Suraj is not proud to remember it. Cag scooped me up like plunder the one time he boarded the Caterwall. Thought he was saving some poor lost cat. Once it was safe enough to talk, I spoke up to thank him for his mistake. Definitely scared him. I've been part of the crew ever since. Here as in Nirn? Well, a whirlpool opened up on the Azure Seas. Whoosh! Captain One Eye cackled and sailed us right in. Somehow, she knew it would get us out of Cold Harbor. No one knew it would drop us from the sky. Or
that Valek. Suraj was up in the rigging when the Bonnie Spriggan went under. It's how this one flew so far. Last he saw, the Caterwall did not divert course. Hopefully, the rest of the crew fell in the water. Not everyone is so skilled at landing on them. Suraj traveled on business for Governor for...
You asked for it.
Rest a moment. Then we'll find the others. Wait. Who approaches?
Is this really Nern? Malakath, it's been so long! I forgot that dirt.
Too bright. This place is too bright.
Sithis blind me to meet a familiar face in dire times. Me crew is in rough shape. Might be you've come to help us. You know old One Eye always pays. This place doesn't stink of the Thracian Sea. Where are we? The sisters? Solstice? Then the whispers we heard of a new plane meld were true. But we're back on Nern. That means Captain Sane sails my waters now. We'll scuttle him back to the Azure Seas before he claims this island for Cold Harbor. Will you help us? Captain Sane's ship landed in the cove north of us. Scout ahead through the caves, board the Caterwall, and find somewhere to place this rune. It's one I've been saving just for him. Did you happen across any of my crew on your way here? Always did land on his feet. Captain Sane may have captured the others. Watch for them, but try not to get spotted. He'll kill him if he smells trouble. And take my grappling hook. Use it to get through those caves and board the Caterwall unseen. It'll fare better for my crew's survival if no one spots you. Stay hidden from Captain Sane's watchlings and silence them if they try to squeal. Place that rune on the Caterwall's deck, somewhere near the supply stores. Then come back in one piece. It explodes. Won't set it off before you report back, but it should punch some nice holes in that nasty ship of his. Repairs should buy us time enough to get our crew back in shape and launch an attack before he sets sail. Captain Velek Sane. Maybe he's the biggest bastard you'll ever meet, but I'll respect his title till we manage to take it from him. Had he not hounded us for his master's crown of bones, we might have helped slow or stop this second plane meld. And give that tyrant what he wants? No. Old One Eye's never been good at that. I'll let Sithis take me before I bend the knee to Molag Bal himself, let alone one of his washed-up lieutenants. Besides, I owe it to what remains of me Lost Fleet crew. Some left when freed from the curse. Others fell apart when we dropped from the sky. That's the cost of being a walking skeleton. I'm lucky these two pieced me back together just before you showed up. We'll do the same for them soon enough. Plenty you can do with a mind for sabotage and a pocket full of black marsh magic. Like that rune I gave you. We got wind of a black gem quarry or some such wickedness. Planned to sail close and launch a raid by land, if you can believe it. Kept us on the run, aye. Being trapped someplace so wretched for so long either kindles your First plane meld stranded most of them in Cold Harbor. We rebuilt my ship and vowed to escape back to Nern together. Wasn't quite sure how we'd manage that. Suppose I should be thankful this second plane meld got me out the same way I got in. CAG made a list. Look it over if you like. He crossed off those poor blighters who didn't survive the fall. All else are missing until we hear otherwise. Same with those from the Lost Fleet. Though we can piece them together if we find their bones. I won't lie. Been a rough go for old One-Eye and her crew. Running, hiding, hunting, starving. Keeping out of Captain Sane's grasp by nothing but our wits. Hoping we'll fare better now that you're here. Can't rightly explain it, pirate. Much as I've wished that I followed you out, just felt like there was more I was meant to do. And if I'd left, I wouldn't have collected the fine folk that make up my crew now. Just hope it was worth it. Well, we're a long way from Alton Coromont, aren't we, pirate? Ah, seems so long ago. Can't even remember the sounds and smells of the swamp. Sight still burning with those endless waves of azure plasm. But it's good to be back in my home plane. You've a knack for coming along when you're needed. Whatever the reasons for that, be it Daedric or Divine, I won't think about it too hard. Captain One-Eye knows when to thank the fates and keep moving.
Don't know if we can sail with just us few, Captain.
If we even have a ship fit to sail, we'll think of something.
I'm with you. Never a dull moment.
Someone's here! I'll tell the captain!
Stay ready. Never know what else might be headed our way.
Captain Sane!
You should have run.
You need strength, Captain. One-Eye is planning something. I'm sure of it.
That's Captain One-Eye to you. And how right you are. This prisoner will do.
Adrelir! No!
Captain One-Eye thought she led us into a trap, but the seas of Nirn are ripe with plunder. Prepare to sail.
You heard your captain. Prepare to weigh anchor. Captain, I smell a rat. I'll find it.
Captain One-Eye sent me after you. Wanted your report, and wanted to ask you another favor as we're spread so thin. Suraj supposes you placed her rune just fine. Did you chance across any more of our crew? The Bonnie Spriggan needs all hands. Quartermaster Zynark? Oh, that slithering tyrant. If I weren't a humble Alfiq, I'd use this bell to lure her somewhere quiet and cut off her hissing head. But Suraj isn't one to defy the good captain's orders. To dig up the bones of the old Lost Fleet crew before they wash away in the tide. None of us are fit enough to fend off the scavengers that gather where they fell. We'll need all hands once we're fit to sail. But if it were up to Suraj, kill the quartermaster. Oh, Suraj recovered our ship's bell down by the water. Find somewhere quiet to ring it, and I know she'll slither out to investigate. But it is your choice, Longstrider. Bones, blood, or both. Talk to Captain One-Eye, Longstrider. Suraj thinks maybe he spoke out of turn, suggesting you defy her orders. But you came back alive! That's got to piece them back together, of course. Need as many hands as we can get to sail the Bonnie Spriggan, yes? It seems eerie, I know. But those Lost Fleet rattlers are as much a part of our crew as anyone else. Just fine! They don't eat, don't pick fights, pull more than their weight, don't have much to say. Besides Argenta, of course. Can't say if that's because she's soul-shriven or if she was always like that. Suraj didn't think about that. Where on the ship did you place the rune? Ah, aft of the captain's cabin. I know where you mean. Don't worry, Longstrider. Prisoners and the press gang aren't allowed up there. Unless much has changed since Suraj sailed on the Caterwall. Perhaps the distraction will help them escape. Suraj was part of Sane's crew first, before he fell in with Captain One-Eye. When the worms absconded me to Cold Harbor, the Pirate King mistook me for a common house cat. Kept me as his pet. Cag scooped me up like plunder the one time he boarded the cat. No idea. Some ancient magic, maybe? But trust me, it has a special effect on harvesters. Captain One-Eye found it among the ship graveyard where she rebuilt the Bonnie Spriggan. Must have come loose when we fell. Lucky for us, it landed here. Zynar tried to board the Spriggan once, yeah? Salvus, the sailor on watch, rang it to warn the rest of us. Roused her into a right frenzy. Maybe it's something only her kind can hear? If you...
Your crew come to save you. I'll feast on your soul.
Should
Serves you
have
right
been
in
more
reach.
prepared.
Thank you, stranger. Captain One-Eye sent you, didn't she? I'll follow soon. I never thought we'd make it home. Adrolier, though, he always held on to hope.
You gonna share? Just kidding, I wouldn't either.
Glad you made it back, pirate. The crew's patched up enough, and my Bonnie Spriggan's next. If we can get on the sea before the Caterwall, we can strike her before she makes it to open water. Where did you place that rune I gave you? That's what I like to hear. Suraj tells me that when he passed on my orders, he might have put another far more dangerous idea in your head. Both? Well now, you're very ambitious, aren't you? If only you'd been with us on the Azure Seas. Might be you'd be the captain now instead of old One-Eye. Glad to have the others back. Still willing to help us? Another choice between two matters. Talk to Argenta first, then Suraj. They've more insight than old One-Eye. Either or both of these tasks will help us in the battle ahead. Whichever you choose. Since you're well clear of that ship, it's time to set off my rune. Shoe knocks and Zilnak.
Marvelous rosy backside, Captain! Where'd you learn to make something like that?
That's just how we do things south of Morrowind.
I wish Adrelir were here. He'd have loved to see you kill the quartermaster. Excuse me. Not injured too badly, if that's what you're asking. I'm holding it together. For Captain One-Eye. I'll be able to fight. My heart may be broken, but my bow's just fine.
Got work to do, pirate. Captain says Suraj and Argenta have more for you to do, though. Heard it might involve sneaking. Sure don't envy that.
You're here about the ones I found, aren't you? Sailors, no. Prisoners, no. Both. Ready to break their shackles. We could help. Help break them free and take on more hands for the Spriggan, yes? Yes. No, not on Captain One-Eye. Never, never. Unshriven. On Daedra, among Captain Sane's crew. So near mutiny, but something held them back. Made myself known to try to help. They chased me back into the shadows. In the caves there. Old smuggling tunnels, they must have been. Go down, through, and across a wooden bridge. Oh, but beware the watchlings. If they see you, it will be all the harder to get the mutineers to safety. Did you speak to Suraj? Captain wants you to speak to Suraj. He is small and easy to miss, but he is right there. Eyes everywhere, yes. Always watching, always reporting. But there is one eye bigger than all the rest. Lit with the cold, burning gaze of Cold Harbor. It grows all the more vigilant if the watchlings catch a single glimpse of intruders. The mutineers, yes. And you as well, with your heart set on helping. Stay unseen. Silence the watchlings and pluck out that great eye before its blue gaze falls on you.
Don't be offended that I snuck back on my own in case you got caught, Lone Strider. I'm never going back to the Caterwall. But listen, on my way here, I hid in a crate and found a piece of Cold Harbor's teeth. Big, wretched siege weapon. Hits with the very hatred of Cold Harbor. Blows against the ship are ruinous, and those against crew are fatal. No idea what it would do to Velek Sane and his lot, but Suraj would love to find out. Spot on! I used the magic to mark the crates with the pieces, since I couldn't carry them off myself. Find them in that cave behind you. Then we'll build it on the Bonnie Spriggan. And then we'll be the ones spilling blood on the water, yes? Go get those components for the siege weapon, Longstrider. Or do what Argy says. Suraj isn't your captain. Figure it out yourself. I'm trying to catch some fish. Someone's got to make sure this crew gets... Ah, yes. One of my favorite charms. Look for little paw prints lit by magic. Eh? Had to keep it subtle so the captor...
Anyone standing our way, I'll cut us a path.
You're dead.
Captain Sane! I got an intruder!
Over so soon?
What do you want me to do? Raise his corpse? We need to leave before we end up like him.
Someone's here. Not one of One Eyes.
Shut up. I'll handle this. You get one warning, stranger. I bite. And if you stick around too long, Captain Velek Sane will take you prisoner and make a meal out of your soul. Now get lost, before I decide to eat you first. You're not with Captain One Eye. I know her crew, and I've never seen you. This is some sort of loyalty test, isn't it? That thrice-damned observer! I told them it was watching us, didn't I? Well, now we're all going to die! An all-seeing eye watching our every move. I've wanted it effect for some time, and this lot would have convinced me, if not for that horrid thing. And it's guarding our weapons, so we can't even smash the anchor gem that holds it in place. You, I suppose. It doesn't know you. Might not see you coming. If its gaze falls upon you in the next room, I don't know what will happen. Help us, and we'll help you take down our captain. But any mistakes might doom us all, so be careful. Seems like that observer has no idea you're here. You'd lose that advantage if one of us goes with you. I just want to get out. If I'd known Captain Sane treats his crew as well as he treats his prisoners, I'd have just stayed a prisoner. I was held somewhere much worse,
Serving aboard the Catwall was my passage out of that wretched place. Captain Sane and I both displeased Molag Bal. Figured we might bond over that. But the only one he trusts is the Quartermaster. Some explosion rocked the Catwall and set us back from casting off. Torin happened to be standing closest to Captain Sane in the aftermath. Death by wrath. Not an uncommon fate on the Catwall, and it's nothing compared to what he did to Larrick. He was a vampire, like me. Let his hunger speak louder than sense, and asked the captain if we might change course, hunt something else for a change. That got him keel-hauled in the shallows, mulched down to nothing, alive the whole time. Poor bastard. Without a single one of our crew seeing you. Maybe you are the right sort to take up. Velik Sane killed him. You were just doing what pirates do. I can't fault you for your nature any more than you might fault me for mine.
Disa says it's not so simple deciding to leave. It's simpler than staying and getting my soul devoured by her captain. We did not make it this far across the Azure Seas just to die as soon as we set foot back in Nirn. We will end up like a swamp jelly in a hurricane if we do not do something.
I never wanted to be part of this crew, but Dis is right. Leaving isn't so simple.
I guess we'll have to find our sea legs after all. This feeling, it's like a weight lifted off me. Feels good to have a weapon in my hand again. Makes me want to spill Daedric blood. We agreed. We want to help you. Where can we find Captain One-Eye? Bit of a jog. But with the Observer gone, and me in the lead, it should be no trouble. We'll be there before she casts off, to help with repairs, and to keep Velik sane from taking to the sea. Right, and you better not let us down. We deserve better than continual disappointment. I'll find you myself if One-Eye doesn't deliver. Friend. See you on the Bonnie Spriggan, pirate. Don't keep us waiting.
About time someone decided to turn on Captain Sane.
What? Can't you see I'm busy mentally preparing myself? I need quiet. I raise the spine of friendship. Murph and I will make sure these two keep their promise.
Someone's here! Tell Captain Sane!
That's it?
How should I know where we are? I've never been to this wretched plane before.
A word, pirate? Before we take to the sea and draw swords. Fine job rousing those mutineers. Disa got here just before you. Quite the spitfire, isn't she? So long as she doesn't eat any of the others or make a habit of mutiny, she'll make a fine addition to the crew. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Between what Suraj and Argenta asked you, what all did you get done? Then our chances are better than ever. I've just one more thing to ask before we head to battle. The crew needs a lift in spirits, a call to... You think your efforts have gone unnoticed? I've been rousing and rallying this crew all across the Azure Seas. They're tired of hearing from... Someone told me in the crew that you killed Captain Velik Sane before. Whatever you say, they're eager to hear from you. As am I. You've changed quite a bit since old One Eye saw you last. Suraj. He was captive on the Caterwall before he joined our crew. Molak Bal sent his pirate king to defend a dark anchor. Suraj says you stopped him. Don't know if you did it alone or with help, but word has it that it's your name he curses. And he'll curse you every time he comes crawling back from the Creatia. I've always said if you make an immortal enemy, your name will live forever. Funny, isn't it? How these things come together. The captain failed his master. His punishment was being sent after me, to reclaim the crown of bones. As Suraj tells it, it's you who sent him after us. And in that same way, it's you who brought us home. Then I won't waste my breath. At least not till the Caterwall is at the bottom of the sea. And we drink to the death of that heart-eating tyrant. Go on then, pirate. Tell my crew what they need. Gather round, ya dogs. Our friend has something to say.
Been through Cold Harbor. Won't let it follow us. Easier to be brave when surrounded by friends.
Payback in blood! We're with you, Lone Strider!
All hands prepare to sail. All else, get below deck. That means you, pirate.
Hey, Lone Strider, do you still have that grappling bow? Captain One Eye loaned you her grappling bow, yes? Do you still have it? You used it to board the Caterwall and place that rune, yes? Suraj knows that ship well. If you have a grappling hook, there are swifter and safer ways to get between ships than trudging across slippery gangplanks. Or retreat to the Spriggan. When two ships are locked in close combat, you never know where you might be needed. You'll find good You seem a clever one. You might have figured out as much on your own. But I am pleased to help.
I smell blood in the water. It's time to fight!
Velik Sane, captain of nothing. May Nirn forget your wretched name. Send him back to the Azure Seas, pirate.
I'll eat your heart raw for what you've done. I'll hang you from the rigging. Time for my crew to earn their
More
pay.
Azure Spawn. Send him back to the plaza.
My minions take no prisoners this time.
More Captain Sane's wretched bear. Kill him.
I am unsinkable. You are dead in the water. All the way back to Cold Harbor. I surge with the seas!
Might have to go on.
Loathsome scab! Curse your name! He's forever.
Now, light the... He's gone. A scab that won't even leave a scar. Set a course back to Solstice. Never been one for too many words. So I'll say it's damn fine work, pirate. With as long as we spent being hunted, we forgot the feel of victory. The thrill of it, deep in your boat. Velik Sane is back to oblivion, and that's one less piece of dung floating on the seas of Mundus. I think we all deserve it. You saved what remained of our crew, and you managed to sway those mutineers to join us. Almost worry you're aiming for my job. So I'll pay you well and send you on your way. May Velik Sane forever curse your name. And by Sithis, may we meet again. No complaining now. This is a time to celebrate.
Ordering us to have fun, are you, Captain?
Haven't had any in some time, have you? Thought you might need old One-Eye to remind you.
Cheers, pirate! If the captain lets me have a pet on board, maybe I'll name it after you. Can't let this ship fall apart without me. And someone's got to make sure that certain crewmates don't stab things we don't intend to eat. There was this one orc back home I always held a torch for. But that ship has probably sailed, as they say. She never fit in with the stronghold. Always talked about leaving someday. And I could never work up the nerve to ask if I might go with her. My family had aims at hitching me to her sister, starting our own clan. But I never had eyes for Orbesh. What? How do you know Gaz and Orbesh? And they didn't manage to kill each other? Oh, things must have changed a lot since I've been away. But Gaz is chasing her dream, right? Seeing the world.
Go on then, pirate. The rest of the crew is drinking. Me? I'm quite sated for now, but I'll let you know if that changes. Suppose I'll stick with this crew for now. Kag said he'd let me drink from him every now and then, if I took his night watches. More than a fair trade. I'm made for the night watch, and I'll get to see if Kag's as juicy as he looks. I don't have some sad story like the rest of these whelps. I've spent more of my undeath in Cold Harbor than all my years alive. I joined Velek Sane's crew as a chance to get out of Molag Bal's prison for vampires that displeased him. Huh. That's a tale for another time. You don't seem to startle easily, but the rest of my new crewmates have been through a lot. They don't need to hear such a grisly tale so soon. But come back, and maybe I'll tell you someday.
A toast to you, a toast to Captain One-Eye, and a toast to that slime Velek Sane reforming in Cold Harbor. May he curse our names forever! To be honest, I don't remember. I'd left home, resolved to make my way to Abba's Landing and join the Thieves Guild. But first, I stopped in for a drink at this place called the Everfull Flagon. Can't remember much after that. You're kidding? Huh. Just my luck. The others in the tavern seemed like fine enough folk. What little I remember of them. Funny that if I'd stayed, you'd have saved me either way. I thought I might drink light on account of that tale, but I have to toast to you. May your flagon ever be full. But not with whatever was in that mead. I've got light fingers. Can't help but take things from time to time. Like that grappling bow you had? Lifted it off you while you spoke to the captain. Oh, but that soul-shriven saw me. I gave it to her so she wouldn't get me in trouble. Right, I know. But they're pirates. I figure some general plundering might cut my urge to pickpocket. I'll tell Captain One-Eye about it, really. I know it's a problem. I just can't help it. But I like this crew. I want to stay.
I wonder if there are Trode to be found on this island. I've craved them for an eternity. There's none to be found in Cold Harbor. Can't imagine what else I'd do. I dreamed of being on Captain One-Eye's crew ever since the Four Winds disbanded. When I heard she went missing, searching for the lost fleet, I left Stone Wastes with a crew of my own and went... What do you think? We fell in the same whirlpool she did. Some of my ship helped rebuild the Spriggan. Crew's all gone, though. Thought I was going to save Captain One-Eye. Never put much faith in her saving me. But here we are. The Four Winds were a band of warriors that defended villages like ours in Blackwood. Figured it'd only be a matter of time before the village fell prey to warlords or slavers without them. Might be no Stone Wastes to go back to. I'm fine here. You did? Really? I still mean to stay with Captain One-Eye, but it warms my scales that the village might still be standing. All Four Winds working together. Satul Sa, the only one to stay. I will remember her as long as I live. Their disbanding felt like the end of my world. Probably how I came to idolize a pirate. But I'm glad to hear they are together again. Thank you for telling me.
Cheers to you, our honorary crewmate. I'm sure you have bigger adventures awaiting you, but the Bonnie Spriggan will always call you one of ours. This crew is my family. I can't bear to leave. But I'd like to make it back to an Undaunted enclave at some point. To tell them what happened to us. Adrelair and I always dreamed of being properly initiated someday. Really? You'd do that? I heard there was some sort of song or verse they say as a rite of passage. Undaunted? Oh! Imagine Adrelair saying it with me. Undaunted. Undaunted! Undaunted. Undaunted! Undaunted. Undaunted! Thank you, pirate. I needed that. Someday, I'll make sure Adrelair's name ends up next to mine in the Tome of the Undaunted. I'll make sure his memory and deed. Adrelair and I were trying to prove we belonged in the Undaunted. Followed a much stronger group into Cyrodiil and fell prey to an ambush. Ended up the only survivors. Then, we ran afoul of one of those dark anchors and ended up in Cold Harbor. The Daedra that took us prisoner were taking us somewhere called the Great Shackle, but it was destroyed by the time we got there. In the confusion, Argenta helped us escape and brought us to Captain One-Eye. Poor Adrelair had never sailed before. You're kidding! Well, I guess I owe you double thanks. Adrelair and I probably would have never made it this far if it weren't for you. Maybe we'd be together. But we'd probably be soul-shriven like Argy. At least our souls are free.
Alcohol hurts the throat and eyes. I prefer to watch the others drink it. Happy times. Back to my cook fires. Pirates drink, pirates dance, pirates sleep, and then they wake up hungry. My job, to feed them. Many more edible things in this plain Cag tells me. Perhaps I will use the captain's grapple hook to hunt them. Do not fret. Kjarn took it from your pockets when you spoke to the captain. Nimble fingers for a Nord. I saw him do it, so he gave it to me. Reminds me of another sneaky one. Urgesine. He helped Argy escape the whaling prison. I meant for him to escape with me, but he stayed behind to help the others. There were so many others. I don't know if he escaped. I should never have let him stay behind. You were there? Perhaps you met Urgesine? Crown and beard of black spines, swishing tail, a kindness in his eyes. A helper. That must be my Urgesine. We just made it out of Cold Harbor. But someday, Argy will return for Urgesine to help him as he helped. Thank you. He is my dearest friend. In some ways, you remind me of him. And just like Urgesine, I hope I will see you again. You were there? Thank you.
I do enjoy a drink with these folks. Don't tell them that, though. Attachment is the last thing I need right now. I've had my fill of seeking my own fortune. I suppose I'll stay with the Bonnie Spriggan. It's clear they need me. And it pains me to say it, but I've grown fond of Argenta's cooking. It's the most lucid I've seen her, hovering over a stew pot. By being dumb enough to venture there on my own, seeking to reclaim Daedric relics. Look, my family pressured me into it. It was either that or fall in with the family business, and I wasn't about to work at the College of Aldmeri Propriety. Of course, the one in Auridon. What other college for Aldmeri Propriety would there be? It's run by the Veiled Heritants, by the way. Gods, it feels good to tell that to someone who might know or care. You killed my cousin Tanyan? Ha! That's the best news I've heard in...
Well, longer than I can remember. I thought do-gooders like you only existed in the stories. Ah, well, cheers to you all the same, pirate.
We did it! Ha! Suraj wasn't so sure we'd make it. No doubts in you, Longstrider, but spending so long in Cold Harbor, you learn not to hope for nice things. Look, Longstrider, Suraj would doubtless be a valuable asset for one as keen and bloodthirsty as you. But I've made my promises to the Bonnie Spriggan, and I intend to keep them. She's the only one for me. Ah, but you're so understanding. Perhaps Suraj made the wrong choice. No, my Spriggan has natural scratching posts. Well, you are not made for such things. But we'll both be upset if you don't visit, so try to make an effort.
Our Bonnie Spriggan's in need of supplies. We'll scrounge up some before setting sail again. Stay as long as you like, pirate. Now that we're not hunted like animals, I don't quite know. Need to resupply first and foremost. I've never been to this cursed island before. Never even seen a map of it. Where's the nearest port? Travel on foot. There's a novel idea. Not sure we're ready to fight what we come across on the road, but we'll make our way there somehow. After that, we'll explore the seas around Solstice. Think there's coin to be made in privateering? We'll do that then. Look for us sailing around the island, so long as you're here. And if that profit dries up, well, I don't know. Been so long since I was unmoored like this. What do you think I ought to do? I probably will. Just don't want them to grouse about each other's ideas, or get it in their heads that they don't have to answer to me. Might enlist your help again if I need a voice of reason. But for now, we'll see what way the wind takes us.
Here we go.
Did anyone else see that one ship
You know,
sink the other?
I don't hate
Anyone? I went in search of some old smugglers' tunnels on the north side of Solstice. And you know what I saw? 2 ships locked in combat. Oh, as I watched through my spyglass, one ship set the other ablaze. Bonnie Spriggan? Oh, I swear that was the name of a ship that sailed with the All Flags Navy. Oh, that's local history where I'm from. Catterwall. Catterwall. Oh, isn't that the ship of the Dremora pirate Captain Valak Sane? It sank? Are you sure? Well, I suppose that's got the workings for a fine enough tale. Just seems a bit derivative, don't you think? Good versus evil, underdogs rising up against the oppressor and emerging victorious. Not breaking any new ground, are we? Oh, here's hoping. But it doesn't matter. I'll just change the story so it's better. And by that I mean more suited to my tastes. Let's see, no. Pirate King of the Palamig. Doesn't have quite the right mouthfeel, does it? Might twist too many bardic tongues. Pirate King of the Abetian. Oh, that sounds much better. Oh, thanks again for your help.
Go back! You can't make me!
Wait. You know, the Order of the Black Worm is taking prisoners for their twisted necromantic rituals in Ust-Zul. Let's just... The worm cult, whatever. I'm not a fighter. I need to get close enough to stop the rituals and free the prisoners in the village of Ust-Zul. But they call it the Lair of the Black. I hate to say it, but I was in the Order. Until recently. It was a stupid mistake. They told me necromancy was an art, turning souls into something more. It took me too long to see their madness. All I can do now is try to stop them. Working with the Order was foolish. It took me too long to realize they were using necromancy for all the wrong reasons. But if you help me stop the rituals, I can make this right. The village lies through the gap in the wall over there. Back in Hammerfell, the people of my village shun magic. When I showed a gift for the arcane, the elders told me not to pursue it, that it would only cause suffering. I didn't listen. I went looking for a teacher. That's when the Order found me. Yes, they saw my gift and told me they'd unlock my potential. No one ever believed in me before, so I fell for the lies. Before long, I was creating twisted necromantic rituals on their behalf. I'll never be. I did. Eventually. It was intoxicating for a while. The magic. The power. But then I wondered what my family would think. Magic is taboo back home. Not just stop them. We need to dismantle the focus that powers them. Then I'll report to the Stirk Fellowship in Sunport. Tell them everything I know about the Order. And my part in it. Maybe, if I'm lucky, they'll show me more mercy than I deserve. Necromancy. Nasty stuff. Not just flesh magic, but reaping, twisting, and harvesting souls. It's a torturous practice. One I, unfortunately, helped them develop. Death is bad enough, but many of the prisoners become soul-shriven in the process.
They're looking for a way to empower themselves and their Daedric allies. Once the ritual extracts the souls, they are concentrated into a crystallized form of soul energy. They call the created crystals vitrified souls. It used to be an Argonian village called Ust-Zul. The Order invaded and destroyed part of the village. Then they claimed the rest as a new base for their vitrified souls rituals. That's bad. But what they're doing to the poor villagers... The lucky ones escaped, or died in the initial invasion. The rest were taken prisoner to be used in the rituals and experiments. We did horrible things to them. And it's still going on, with more prisoners being taken every day. We need to locate and stop the rituals before the Order notices us. You have to stop them!
Skill issue. You weren't keeping score, were you? Me neither. You want to die? Fine.
Willingly! I never liked them anyway. Took pleasure in killing rats.
Help us!
This world's done with you.
There's one of the ritual sites. Deactivate the focus. Nice. Now to dismantle it, so it can't be used again. There. I dismantled this one.
I thought we were done for.
I knew that one. Terrible cook. That we are going to live here. I hope they find a new home someday. Don't let them capture me! Another ritual site. You know what to do.
Thank you, stranger.
So many souls to reap.
Someone left this here? It's yours now. You're going to regret this.
You have to stop them.
Give them a fight.
I won't go willingly.
Who's next?
The Order destroyed and cursed this place. I doubt the village will ever recover.
Got your back.
Over there! End that ritual! You're free! Now leave before the Order notices! There's no way they can repair
Stone,
that.
protect your friend.
There's the Maldrift guarding those prisoners. We have to free them. What have they done? That thing is out of control! Don't let them capture me!
Haunt someone else, why don't you? You good? Of course you are.
There's a ritual site nearby. Don't let it
Let's
continue.
see what you're made of.
Make it stop!
I'm really scared.
Run! All of you! We'll deal with the Order.
There's no way they can repair that.
I need
That's
to get
all
out of
then.
here.
Let's head outside. Thank you for helping me take care of that. I'm done with the Order. But I'd like to ask
That
you
jingle of
something.
coins. Always a comfort.
I don't think I would have been able to accomplish what we did without your help. We freed the prisoners from the Order and dismantled the ritual focuses. Can you help me surrender myself to the Stirk Fellowship in Sunport? I'll submit to whatever punishment they deem appropriate. I think so. My family told me it was dangerous to study magic. And look where it got me. Is that even possible? I've only seen necromancy hurt people. But maybe I could work against the Order, join the Mages Guild, learn a new path of magic. Still, I'm not sure I can forgive. You're the first trustworthy person I've met in a long time. Please, this isn't a decision I can make on my own. I don't deserve to. I want to hear your opinion. I trust your judgment more than my own right now. Should I surrender myself or flee? Just walk away and start over? You make it sound so easy. But yes, if I dedicate myself to opposing the Worm Cult, maybe I can make up for the evil I've done. I'll do my best to be a better mage, a better person, to be worthy of this new life. I think I'll start in Sunport. Find a mentor in the Mages Guild, or maybe someone in the College of Tomes. And this time, I'll try something different. No more necromancy for me. But here, take this. I appreciate your help and advice, friend. I'll head to Sunport soon. Whatever happens, I'll face it with my head held high.